Dr. Evelyn was brilliant. She was a top scientist at a secret government laboratory. Her work, top secret, highly classified, stressful beyond measure. Most days, Evelyn felt like a brain trapped in a pressure cooker. The lab was her life. Deadlines loomed, pressure mounted. Evelyn craved an escape.
I need a break, just something to get away from all this.
Evelyn's specialty was temporal mechanics, a fancy term for time travel, or in Evelyn's case, age manipulation. She longed for a simpler time. A time before the weight of responsibility, before deadlines and classified research. She yearned for the carefree days of her youth. Deep within the lab, hidden behind layers of security, sat Evelyn's secret. A marvel of engineering and her own creation, the rejuvenation machine. It could revert a person's age, a risky experiment to be sure, but for Evelyn, it was a lifeline.
Every Friday night, when the lab empties, I sneak back in. I step into the machine, and with a flash of light and a tingling sensation, I'm 16 again.
For the weekend, Dr. Evelyn, the woman on the brink of burnout, ceased to exist. In her place was Eve, a carefree teenager. She leave by the back gate pretending to be a young assistant. She even had an ID badge that her older self authorized.
I love the freedom. Concerts, pizza, rollerblading. It's like I can finally breathe again.
For those precious 48 hours, Eve could remember who she was before the lab consumed her. One Friday night, Evelyn's routine was shattered. Dr. Mark Chen, a colleague known for his late nights and endless curiosity, heard the telltale hum of the rejuvenation machine. Intrigued, he followed the sound. He stumbled upon Evelyn, bathed in the machine's blue light, her features transforming before his eyes. She was younger, much younger. He knew she didn't have permission to use the machine on herself like that. Evelyn, in a tattered denim jacket and ripped jeans, froze. Her secret was out. Panic surged through her. She had to explain. "Someone has been a naughty little girl," Mark said with a smirk.
Mark, I can explain.
Before she could utter another word, Mark, in a moment of impulsiveness, reached for the control panel of the machine. He wanted to see how far back it worked. Evelyn lunged for him, but it was too late. He'd already adjusted the settings. The machine whirred back to life, bathing Eve in its eerie blue light. She felt a familiar tingling, but this time it was different, more intense. She was shrinking, her clothes becoming loose around her. Mark watched in awe as the girl before him became even younger. He'd reversed the age setting to a young age. Eve was now no older than a toddler. The machine powered down. Silence descended upon the lab. Mark stared at his handiwork, a minor wave of guilt washing over him.
Oh no, Evelyn, you're such a little cutie.
Eve stood there, feeling so small and scared on the inside. She glared at Mark, her eyes filled with a mixture of anger and betrayal.
You turned me into a little kid.
She exclaimed, her voice high-pitched and childlike. Mark could smile down at her in amusement. Now, he was stuck with a toddler Evelyn for the entire weekend, and she was furious.
I'll change you back on Monday, I promise. First, you need to accept this minor punishment for playing with the machine without my permission.
Now, Evie suffered a weekend of baths, diaper changes, and being babied by Mark. It wasn't all bad. It turned out that Mark was a lot of fun, and Eve was going to ask him out once she got her adult body back. His gentle, loving care meant he'd be a great father to her future children.